Well, I've been very, very lucky to have been in Silicon Valley for the last 25 years. And to see the evolution has been just amazing. I think when I started here, let's say 25 years ago, a lot of it was about software. And then the internet started taking off in 94, 95, 96. And since then, seeing it go from internet advertising to e-commerce, and then later to social media and how that's developed has been incredible. And then the way the video before that with YouTube. And now what I'm seeing though is like a whole different era is starting to happen. And that's for a couple reasons. One is the sort of typical internet innovation that we've been seeing, it's starting to get more mature. And even with social media, it's starting to get more mature as an industry. But I see people here talking about other things that we never even thought about before. Self-driving cars, robots, drones, right? Let alone things going on with healthcare, with wearable technology, the interface between humans and robots. These are all completely new areas. And we kind of think, okay, the internet's been the only game in town in technology for the last 20 years. Well, there's going to be other stuff. I mean, we might be talking a lot more about self-driving cars for the next 20 years. And social media might be kind of, okay, it's still social media. And YouTube is still YouTube, and Amazon is still Amazon. And these are really big, mature companies. But the new innovations are incredible and they're exciting as they move forward. There's a few different trends going on which are very huge trends. One is that technology is continuing to accelerate its pace of change. And it's a concentration of power in the people who are very good at technology. So Silicon Valley here is becoming more and more important. And the skills of being a technologist or creating great tech companies is more relevant than ever. There's more and more things that are being automated. Just as an example of a self-driving car, they're just starting to make huge progress in that area. But if that really plays out over the next 5 or 10 or 15 years, that could have dramatic effects over the whole world economy. Okay, so that's one example of where there's still a lot of opportunity here in Silicon Valley. Now, on the other hand, there's a lot of smart people all over the world who don't live here and who are not from the US. And when I worked internationally for Yahoo, rolling out products all over Europe and Asia, whether it's Japan or Korea or Hong Kong or Singapore, and I went to all those places and met with people in Yahoo's offices then. They were really great, smart, innovative people doing things differently than what we were doing in the US, but lots of times better and lots of times more creatively because they did not have the resources of what it was like to be at the headquarters here in Silicon Valley. So I think there's always lots of opportunity for innovation internationally, and markets are different as well, and what works here in Silicon Valley or in the US may not be the same as in China or in Singapore or in Japan. So there's always different opportunities there. So I think there's still going to be lots of innovation. There will continue to be unicorns. Whether they're overvalued or not, I think the market is sort of slowing down a little bit. But even in really bad times, there's huge opportunities for innovation. If you think about it, Google really grew a lot after the dot-com bust in the early 2000s, and really grew a lot after 9/11. So you take a horrible economy and great companies with great revenue models and great technology were able to actually get very big doing that. Same for Salesforce in those years. YouTube became very popular in those years. And whether there's a meltdown here or not, I don't think we're going to have the same kind of meltdown that we had in 2008. But even after that, there's a huge number of companies that got very popular and very big despite a bad economy. So I think whether things are difficult on a global economy because of Britain leaving the EU, there will always be opportunities for great companies adding real value and real innovation.